defending the north goal, the north end zone, kicking toward the south end zone. That's where they'll be headed here in the first quarter from Beaver Stadium this afternoon. Ray Tarasi, who had the longest field goal of his career in the closing seconds in the last minute last week to win the football game, will be kicking off for the Nittany Lions of Penn State as we get set for football. It's an overcast, pleasantly cool afternoon for football, much better than 1 week ago.
And not too much wind, so the wind shouldn't be a factor in this game.
The referee for the game is Joseph Shirk. David Hicks is the umpire. Head linesman is Joseph Reinwin. James Twitty is the line judge. James Klingensmith, the side judge. Field judge is Walter Malinchek, and the back judge is Gary Danswick. We are just about set for football. The Nittany Lions will kick off from their own 35. Back deep, Young and Ronald Allen. Eric Young and Ronald Allen to handle the return chores for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. The State University of New Jersey against the State University of Pennsylvania. The ball is in the air. Young will field it at the 5-yard line to 10, to 15, straight ahead outside the 20. Bounced back at the 21, then still on his feet near the 25-yard line before he's snowed under. So Rutgers will have the first offensive possession of the game. The officials will spot the ball just outside the 25-yard line. And will set the offense for the Scarlet Knights as they have their first possession of the football game. And Scott Ernie from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, did not play quarterback until his senior year. Tyrone McQueen, Eric Young, James Marsola. They go with 4 wideouts, no tight end. The lone setback is Mike Body. So immediately in the passing formation, it is Young in motion. Ernie rolls to his left, pass complete. Marsola at the 30. He's wrapped up quickly after a gain of about 4 yards. Well, Ryan Chismar made the tackle.
When they put Young in motion that particular time, he goes to the wide other side of the field where there's 2 receivers, and it becomes a trips formation, semi-roll out, and they hit Marsola for a short yardage.
And James Can comes into the lineup now, replacing Randy Jackson. So one of the wide receivers leaves. They go without a tight end, 3 wideouts. It is McQueen and Marsola to the far side of the field. They are split right. Young to the near side, split to the left. Ernie fakes the handoff, waits, throws deep down the right sideline. Intended for McQueen. It's overthrown. Defensively, Darren Perry, a redshirt freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, was there for the Lions.
Excellent coverage by the Penn State secondary. Rutgers went for all the marbles on that second down, hoping Penn State would anticipate a shorter pass.
And that is something they do not do as much as you might think. Even though they throw it a lot, they don't go deep a lot. 14:04 to play first quarter. Ernie looks to the bench for the signals as they send the play in for head coach Dick Anderson, now in his 5th season. A graduate of Penn State, his son Jeff, a member of the Penn State football squad who's had some tough luck with injuries. Back to the 4 wideout formation. Again, it's Young in motion. Ernie throws to the far sideline. Catch out near the 40. That will be enough for the first down. Perry was there on the tackle. McQueen made the reception at the 40. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, this is the same play they ran on the first down, only to the other side. Body made a nice block. Penn State came with an outside rush. Ernie gets the ball off to McQueen for the first down.
And they bring in a tight end. Scott Blanche is in there. Up front, it's Jeff Erickson, the center. Nick Erda, Bill Dubiel, Steve Tardy, Bill Milano along that offensive line will set the Penn State defense for you. It's the first down of the ball game for the Scarlet Knights. Marsola comes in motion. And a pitch to the fullback Body. Dave Zott along that defensive line was all over Body, and he will be short of the original line of scrimmage. So a loss of maybe a yard on the play.
They tried a short side pitch into the sidelines towards the motion man. Marsola, Body had no place to go. Zott just came off the block. Rutgers is good what we call dink football. They dink you to death with those short passes.
Defensively for Penn State, it is Zott, Schoenwolf, and Morosco, the down linesmen. McDonald, Collins, Gobb, and Karpinski, the linebackers. Brian Chismar, Eddie Johnson, Sherrod Range, and Darren Perry in the defensive backfield for Penn State. Young in motion. Ernie rolls left. Under some pressure, delivers the football, overthrown, intended for Tyrone McQueen near midfield. He was well covered. Perry was there. And the pass is incomplete. Third down coming up.
Give credit to Scott Gobb, number 63, an inside linebacker who had contained, came from the outside. He put the pressure on Ernie, and Ernie had to release the ball much sooner than he wanted to.
And the result was the ball was overthrown. Scarlet Knights continue with their 4 wide receivers, Young, McQueen, Mersola, and Jackson in the lineup. Lone setback is the fullback Mike Body, a redshirt junior from Ronkonkoma, New York. It is third down and 10. Ernie straight drop this time. With time going deep over the middle. Long and overthrown, intended again for Jackson. Jackson near the 10-yard line, but the ball was overthrown. Sherrod Range was deep with him. It will be fourth down, and Rutgers will be forced to kick.
Well as Rutgers throws the football, they do not throw long very well. Again, this pass is overthrown. The receiver was open for a second. Overshoots him by about 2 yards. Sherrod Range had pretty good coverage on him.
Matt O'Connell averaging 43.2 yards per kick this season. Michael Timpson will be deep for Penn State. He's standing at his 20. The kick under pressure is away. Bouncing at the 30 and inside the 30 as it gets a Rutgers roll to near the 25-yard line, and that's where the Nittany Lions will have their first possession of the football game. 12:56 to play. It's a 35-yard punt. The Nittany Lions will have it at the 25-yard line. And we'll set Penn State for you. Offensively, Tom Bill, of course, will be the quarterback. Along the offensive line, Roger Duffy at center, Steve Wisniewski, the All-American candidate. Ed Monahan, the guards, Jeff Brubaker and Tim Freeman at the tackle positions. Michael Timpson splits to one side, David Daniels to the other. John Green is the fullback. And Leroy Thompson starting at tailback. Bill to pass on first down. Looks for Daniels. It's deflected and knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Darren Sellers was there to tip the ball, knock it away, an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Well, Sellers dropped off underneath, and Penn State goes to the pass. Actually, Bill threw it to double coverage that time, and they were fortunate that that wasn't intercepted.
Up front, it is Bankos, Carter Giles, Scott Miller, Tim Lester, linebackers Doug Kokoski, Pat Udovich, and Chris Piquel, the 4th-generation Piquel, playing for Rutgers, 2nd down and 10. Lions with their first possession at their own 25-yard line. We're still in the first quarter. Thompson is knocked at the 25-yard line back to the 18. They'll spot it at the 20-yard line. Scott Miller charged through, broke through clean, and made the tackle in the backfield, a loss of 5.
Well, Miller just penetrated, and they try to get a block on him with Green. He's too big for Green. Thompson goes down for a big loss. Now, Bill is trying to read the Rutgers defense and take a couple of series of downs before they figure out what Rutgers is doing.
The defensive secondary, Darren Sellers, who leads the team in tackles, along with Derek Baker, Jeff Newman, and John Blanton. It is 3rd and long. Bill, a straight drop. Now under pressure, he's brought down at the 10-yard line. It is the 5th time he has been sacked. George Bankos from the left defensive tackle spot made the hit.
That was an excellent rush by Rutgers defense. They take 99 Miller, and they lined him up on the tight end. He came from the outside. Bankos came up from the inside. Just pushed his man back into Bill's face. Another big loss for Penn State.
Eric Young and Vaughn McKee will be deep. Doug Halkowski, who's averaging 36 yards per kick, gets it away from about the 5-yard line. Young at the Penn State 47, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Officials will spot it closer to the 38. Tim Sweeney made the tackle, a 42-yard punt. A man down on the field for Penn State. An excellent field position for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. No score here with 11:27 to play first quarter. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Congratulations to Phi Gamma on the celebration of their 100th anniversary.
The injured player for Penn State is the punter, Doug Halkowski. He got clotheslined on the way downfield after the 42-yard kick. The ball winds up at the Penn State 38, and the Scarlet Knights will have good field position. Halkowski is still down on the field at this point.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him, John. Actually, the official didn't see it. One of the Rutgers players leveled him from behind. Halkowski was getting in a position in case of the run back to make the tackle, and he got really popped from behind. I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
Doug, a redshirt freshman from Roughdale, Pennsylvania, is leaving the field under his own power, so we'll keep an eye on him and check his condition. Second possession of the game for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Frank Gianetti, the redshirt sophomore from Toms River, New Jersey, is now in there at right tackle. Eric Rinke, the freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, takes over at the nose tackle defensively for Penn State. 11:27 to play, first quarter, no score. Young again in motion, again 4 wideouts. Body is the lone setback, the fullback. Ernie straight back over the middle of the pass, complete to Young. He's got some room at the 20, inside down near the 5, across into the end zone for the touchdown. He broke it over the middle. He went in motion one way, came back over the middle of the field, was all alone, and took it about the 20-yard line, sprinted in for the Rutgers touchdown. The Scarlet Knights take the lead.
This is a well-executed play because the first 3 times they threw the Young, he went to the flat. This time he went to the flat, broke it over the middle. He's wide open, split the secondary, and actually there was no Penn State jerseys anywhere in sight. Easy touchdown for Rutgers.
It's a 38-yard pass play for the score on the first play of Rutgers' second possession. The kicker is Carmen Sclafani. He has been perfect on extra points this year. He is perfect again. 11:19 to play, first quarter. Rutgers has the early lead. Let's take time out for a word from our local stations. At Rutgers 7, Penn State nothing. This is the Penn State Sports Network. One play for Rutgers. They score to take a 7-0 lead. Thompson and Brown are deep. It's Thompson at his own 8-yard line across the 20. Spins away from one man at the 25. Still on his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Penn State will have its second possession coming up. 11:13 to play. Bernard battled down to make the tackle. 25 yards on the kickoff return for Thompson. He will stay in the lineup at the tailback spot as the Nittany Lions will set it up offensively for the second time this afternoon. The ball near the 32-yard line, first down 10.
John, on that last play, that was very well designed. They brought Young back over the middle, split Penn State's secondary, and there was no deep coverage there at all.
Out of the I formation, Daniels split to the left, Timpson to the right, the handoff to Thompson, who slips and falls as he gets across the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe a yard on the play before he is dropped. Actually, as he was trying to make his cut, he slipped and fell. So give him 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
Pretty good hole there. He slipped and fell, but I think this is what Penn State should do. Rutgers has been vulnerable to the run. Penn State has a big, powerful offensive line. You ought to go out and try to stick it to him for a while.
It is 2nd down 8, ball at the 35-yard line, clock moving, 10:45 to play first quarter. Rutgers has the early lead. Bill straight back. Drops it over the middle. Jacob has it across the 43 to near the 45-yard line. The tight end makes the catch for the first down. Tim Lester, the end, made the tackle.
Good read by Bill. They swung Green out of the backfield. He did a delay, came under Green just for short yardage. Bill saw that Green was covered, dumped the ball off for Jacob, got his first down. Good read by the quarterback.
So the tight end, Dave Jacob, who last year was a defensive player, makes the catch for Penn State, gives them a first down at the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup on that play. Straight back again is Bill. Looks over the middle, looking long for Daniels near the 20. Leaps, can't come up with it. It's a little bit overthrown. Too tall. Right with him there on the play was Derek Baker, but the ball intended for David Daniels is a little long.
Only way that could have been completed, it was a little longer and into the inside. Baker had good coverage on Daniels.
Some contact made as both players went for the football. It is an incompletion. 10:13 to play. The ball at the 45. It'll be second down and 10. Michael Timpson split to the right. David Daniels split to the left. Out of the I formation. Green in front of Thompson, the running backs. Behind Tom Bill. The handoff straight ahead to Green. He's got 5 across midfield near the 49-yard line of Rutgers. A quick hitter up the middle. Picks up good yardage for Penn State.
Well, this is what they do best, is run the football. And again, I said Rutgers has been vulnerable. But they're playing Miller, their defensive tackle, outside on Penn State's tight end like a wide tackle 6 formation, forcing Penn State to run up inside the tackle. You can't get outside the end.
It'll be third and about 3.5. Again, Timpson split to the right. The backs are also split. Daniels to the left. Bill straight back. Looking for his tailback. He's got Thompson first down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Chris Pickell made the tackle, but not before Thompson picks up the first down, and they keep the Lion drive alive. 9 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
That was an excellent play. They went to the short side, put 2 receivers there, 1 long, 1 short. Thompson came out of the backfield, just did a little hook, enough for the first down, and Bill picked him up.
Ball spotted now at the 44-yard line of the Scarlet Knights. Again out of the I formation. It's been Thompson and Green all the way at the running backs. Bill hands to Thompson. He's nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Jumping on top of him, George Bankos, a senior, one of those Pennsylvania players at New Jersey at the Rutgers School from Whitehall, Pennsylvania. Good play.
Well, Rutgers in a little bit of an overshift, and Bankos, a 270-pound defensive tackle, beats his man to the inside and put the ball carrier down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12. Penn State at the Rutgers 46-yard line. Timpson is split to the right. Daniels to the left. The backs, Thompson and Green, are split. Straight back is Bill. Looks over the middle now, tries to go back outside, and the ball is intercepted. Rutgers will have it at the 32. Darren Sella has made the interception, moving in front of Daniels, and the Scarlet Knights have the football back.
That ball hung a little bit, just enough time for Sellers, who's a fine defensive back, to step in front of Daniels. I'm sure Tom Bill would like to have that ball back. Just hung it up a little too long. Sellers steps in front. Rutgers takes over again, and Rutgers is looking very sharp.
The Scarlet Knights will have their 3rd possession at their own 32-yard line. This time they will send 3 wideouts all to the left side. Lone setback in the football game is Body. A lot of time for Ernie. Now he's rushed and dropped back at the 24-yard line by Dave Zott, the junior from Clifton, New Jersey. Just as he put his arm in the air, he brought the hammer down.
Well, let's give Bob Marasco, 89, some credit too. Zott and Marasco beat their men, got off the ball, and they had a lot of pressure from a 4-man rush, and this is what Penn State likes to do.
The loss takes the football back to the 24-yard line. It will be second down and 18 for the Scarlet Knights. Eric Young comes off the field. They'll have 2 running backs in the lineup as Henderson, who has been injured in the first 2 games, their leading ball carrier from last year, is in the lineup right now. The backs are split. The handoff straight ahead to Body. At the 25, he's straightened up. Right on top of him, Andre Collins and Scott Gobb, the inside linebackers, double team him. A gain of a yard, and that's about it.
And now you know why Rutgers throws so often. They do not have a good running game, and I don't think they've run 1 play for more than 3 yards so far, even though it's early in the game. If they beat Penn State, they'll beat them by the pass.
Scarlet Knights average 122 yards on the ground, but their big number is in the passing game, where they're averaging 337.5 per game. It'll be third down, 17. Ball just outside the 25. Clock running with 7:07 to play first quarter. 7-0. Rutgers has the lead here in Beaver Stadium. Young in motion. Straight drop by Ernie. He's got some pressure from the inside. The throw is almost intercepted. Almost coming over. Schoenwolf applied the pressure, but the ball was almost picked off.
Actually, it should have been picked off because that was a great rush by Schoenwolf. Penn State only rushed 3 people that time, and when you get that kind of a rush from your defensive tackle, that made Ernie throw the ball. He hung it up there like a butterfly. I don't think Willie Thomas was aware where the ball was, or he could have made the interception.
Could not get to the football. The Lions will have good field position. Timpson is standing back at his own 37-yard line. The kick from Matt O'Connell is away inside the 20. And down the sidelines it comes, bounces out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Nittany Lions will have it. With 6:47 to play, a 40-yard punt by O'Connell. 35-yard line is the possession, the start of this drive for Penn State. So the Nittany Lions now will go back to work, down by a touchdown, 6:47 to play first quarter. I know that Joe Paterno did not take this Rutgers team lightly, and I don't think the players did either. They played very well so far.
Well, and they have played well, and they have a good defensive scheme. They've been doubling the short side receiver a little bit more than I think Penn State expected. They got the one interception, and they almost got the other one to the receiver to the short side before.
In the lineup now, moving across the 35 to near the 38 is Gary Brown. Brown with his first carry of the afternoon, and Penn State has done an excellent job moving their ball carriers around and using them in tandem here so far in the early part of the season. Is coming into this ball game. Green had 128 yards, Brown 121, and Leroy Thompson had 99 yards. We have an injured player down. Scott Miller is on the turf for the Scarlet Knights. Let's take time out for a word from our local station. 6:35 to play first quarter. Rutgers 7, Penn State nothing. This is the Penn State Sports Network.
Or call 865-8519. Another Penn State sports team is in action this weekend. Tonight at Brick Hall, the Lady Lions volleyball team will host Memphis State, 7 o'clock.
Another capacity crowd of close to 84,000 on hand here at Beaver Stadium, and we still have the injured player down on the field. Miller is the player down for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, a junior from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. He is being attended to near the 38-yard line. That is the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of about 3 on the running play by Gary Brown. I mentioned the running totals of the Nittany Lions. If you look at total offense, rushing-wise, for these two teams, both are in the minus category rushing right now. But right now, let's go to Steve Jones for a check of the Riverside Market scoreboard. Steve, what do you got? All right, thank you very much, Steve. It is Joe Savoy, a redshirt junior from Ohio, who will come on to replace the injured Scott Miller. And that, of course,
that's a big loss, John, because he's caused quite a bit of problems for Penn State this early in the game. Miller's been outstanding.
Second down, 7. Timpson and Daniels split to the right. The backs are Green and Brown right now. Straight drop by Tom Bill. Looks to his right, throws for Daniels. He's got it at midfield. A Penn State first down. John Blanton right on top of him, but the quick out works for the first down play.
Well, what Rutgers is doing, John, they're disguising their defenses. Last week, Penn State got a lot of double coverage on Timpson and went back to the short side to Daniels. Now, what Rutgers has done so far, they've disguised going double on Timpson, went back to the short side on Daniels, got the interception. That time, Daniels had single coverage and got the ball to him on the out.
12 yards on the pass play. Lions out of the I formation, straight ahead. Green. He's got 5 yards as he powers his way down near the 45-yard line. Just a quick opener to Green. Tim Lester, the defensive end, made the tackle. The ball, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. 5:50 to play now in the first quarter. 7-0 Rutgers.
A lot of folks out there don't realize what a chess game goes on, not only offensively, but especially defensively with coverages.
Lions out of the I. Daniels and Timpson are split to the left. It's Brown behind Green, gets one block, trying to get outside, does for about 3-5, turns it upfield now, breaks it down the sideline. Derek Baker finally forced him out, but he moves it down to the 38-yard line. That'll be another first down for Penn State, a gain of 7.
Well, Brown shows how deceptively fast he is. You know, Daniels came back from his flanker spot, threw the last block, and sprung Brown up the sidelines. A very deceptive run.
That gets Penn State now into the plus column as far as rushing yardage is concerned. A 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, operating out of the I formation. Daniels left, Timpson right. The handoff to Green straight ahead inside the 35, following the blocking up front of Monahan and Duffy. The surge carries the Nittany Lions inside the 35. Carter Giles, the nose tackle, made the stop, and I think this is more of what we expected to see, George.
And I think you're going to see John Green get the ball a lot more the way they're playing their defense, Rutgers. They're conscious of Penn State's wideouts. They got 4 down people down there. They had Miller on the outside on the same side with Savoy. That's 2 big tackles. And they have their linebackers off loose, mixing up their coverages. The middle seems wide open.
2nd down, about 6. Ball near the 33-yard line. Again, out of the I formation. This time it's Brown. Cuts it back at the 25. Outside at the 20-yard line. Run down near the 18. Finally forced down by John Blanton, who had to come up from the cornerback position and make the tackle. It's another first down for the Nittany Lions.
But John, like I said, he took that right up the middle, and then he broke it to the outside. There was a big hole there. Excellent blocking. Good block by Green. Took it to the outside. Just couldn't get that, turn that corner.
Worked his way down to the 18, a gain of 15 on the play. So Brown and Green continue as the running backs. They're in the I formation. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Green. Spun down at the 15-yard line. Hit first by Tim Lester, coming in from his defensive end spot to make the tackle. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Green now has 20 yards and 4 carries.
I think Roger Duffy can handle Rutgers nose tackle number 96, Giles. And if he can do that, if you can get your center to block the nose tackle, you can run the ball up the middle.
Lions doing just that. Now they split the backs. Daniels right, Timpson left. It's Brown. Got a good block on the outside, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside the 15, fights his way down to the 12-yard line. Udovich and Lester team up to make the tackle. John Green through the key block as they pick up some more yardage down to the 12.
Well, Gary Brown gets better each week. Put a nice fake to the inside, then drifted outside behind big Monahan, number 60. Very patiently waiting for Monahan to throw a block. Cut it back up to the inside, made good yardage.
The ball is inside the 12. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Make it a long 3.
4-down area.
Backs are split. Daniels left, Timpson right. Bill will pass. Looking for Timpson, now runs away from pressure. At the 10-yard line, inside the 10, ball knocked loose and out of bounds at the 10. It is short of a first down. The ball was knocked out of his hands. It'll be spotted back at the line of scrimmage, which is the 11. Darren Sellez made the hit and knocked the ball loose from Tom Bill.
We've said it many times, Tom Bill is a much stronger ball player than people think. Broke a couple of tackles, almost got the first down, but the ball popped out and went to the sidelines. So Penn State will now have to go for the field goal.
And it'll be Ray Tarasi on to kick it. Tarasi with that 37-yarder, the longest of his career last week. This ball will be spotted at the 17 to make it about a 27-yard field goal. It is up and good. So the field goal comes with 3:16 to play in the first quarter and gets the Nittany Lions on the board. It's now Rutgers 7, Penn State 3, and this is the Penn State Sports Network. Officially, a 28-yard field goal at 3:16 to play in the first quarter. The Nittany Lions are on the board, and Taurasi, who kicked the field goal, will now kick off. Deep, we have Young and Allen. Taurasi puts the ball in the air. Young at the 2-yard line will bring it out from the far side of the field across the 15. He's going to be brought down short of the 20-yard line. At about the 18-yard line, Andre Collins and Troy Davis teamed up defensively. Good job by the Penn State kickoff team.
John, Young, going into this game, Young only needed 88 yards to break the all-time return record, kickoff return record for Rutgers.
At the 17-yard line, we'll double check and see if there are any major changes. Defensively for Penn State, still Zott, Morosco, and Schoenwolf up front. McDonald, Collins, Gobb, and Karpinski, the linebackers. Range, Johnson, Chismar, and Perry. Now Neil Hamilton is the lineup. They go to the nickelback formation. 3 wideouts. And they give the handoff to Body. Far side of the field, outside the 20 as he turns it upfield just a bit for a gain of about 5. Sherrod Range coming up to make the tackle on the junior from Ronkonkoma, New York, Mike Body. Body moved it out to the 23.
They've been in that nickel package for the last couple of series, and I think they'll stay in it if they can effectively shut off Rutgers' pass offense. When they got the touchdown, I believe they had man-to-man on Young and zoning deep on the backside, and then Young just broke it by Gobb, who had a man-to-man, and then got clear.
Jeff Jepchen is in there now, outside linebacker for Quintus McDonald. 2nd down and 4. Across the 25 near the 27-yard line is James Cann. Andre Collins made the tackle, but the tailback from West Nyack, New York, a little short of the first down. The official spot comes at the 26, so it'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd down 1 for the Scarlet Knights. Clock running at 2:45 to play. First quarter. Rutgers leading. Jim Dieter is now in there on that defensive line, replacing Bob Morosco for Penn State. So redshirt freshman from Du Bois, Jim Dieter, takes over for Penn State.
And for Rutgers, this is a passing down.
They move Cann into the slot on the right side. Straight ahead by Body. He's got the first down as he powers his way out to across the 30. A first down. Neil Hamilton coming up to make the tackle.
This is a classic example of a team running the football off their passing game. They spread you from sideline to sideline with their receivers, and when they hit a few, you have to widen out with them, loosen your linebackers, then they'll try to run the football.
Body has now carried 4 times for 11 yards. 1st and 10 at the 30. Again, 2 running backs. That is unusual. We haven't seen that much of that formation. Cann and Body. It's Body with the ball. Following the block of Cann, he'll get a yard, and that's all. Quickly moving up was Eric Renke to make the tackle. The freshman from Pittsburgh. Renke from the nose tackle sliced in and made the play.
I'll give Neil Hamilton an assist on that. It was Renke, the big freshman from nose tackle, made penetration, got a hand on Body first, and Neil Hamilton was in there to finish him off.
So right now it's Schoenwolf, Renke, and Dieter, the down linemen for Penn State. Jepchen, Collins, Gobb, Karpinski. Hamilton in there is the extra back, along with Chismar, Johnson, Range. Ernie straight back with time. Now fires down over the middle. Should be intercepted. It is at the 40-yard line. The Nittany Lions have picked it off. Back at midfield and then dancing out of bounds is Sherrod Range. A zone defense, and Range just moved right into the area and picked it up.
Well, that's the strategy of their defensive philosophy. We'll play a lot of zone, and you'll make a mistake, we'll pick it up. Now, good play by Sherrod in making the interception, but he didn't see to the right. If he ran to the right, he had the whole field to work with about 5 different blue jerseys out there to help him. But he took it to the sidelines and went out of bounds.
Good field position for the Nittany Lions. They still trail 7-3. John Redmond is now the tailback. Following the interception and following the blocking, diving forward for 4 yards is Redmond. So Redmond's first carry of the afternoon. Pat Udovich and Jeff Newman teaming up on the stop defensively for Rutgers.
And Penn State went to the side that Miller would have ordinarily lined up. That was on the tight end side. Miller was playing very well from that position. And this is Penn State football. Keep going at him and hope by the middle of the third quarter, your opponent's line gets tired.
Gash and Redmond are now the running backs. Gash the fullback. They're out of the I formation. It's Gash straight ahead inside the 45. Dives down to the 41-yard line, a little bit short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. We count down now to 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Penn State on the move in good field position. 3rd down and 1. Now 22 seconds remaining first quarter. 7-3. The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers have the lead here in Beaver Stadium. Now 15 seconds left. They'll get off one more play. Tom Bill, long count. And straight ahead, Gash for the first down. He dives inside the 40, flipped forward to maybe the 38. So the Nittany Lions will start there in good field position when we begin the second quarter of play. At the end of the first quarter, it's Rutgers 7, Penn State 3. This is the Penn State Sports Network.